Alright guys, so gonna continue on these aluminum eBay heads. So last video I should say, I basically showed how I ended up lapping all the valves and stuff like that to the ports. So today I'm gonna change out all these valve seals. So I mean, they look in pretty good shape, but I don't know if you guys can see that on the inside. It looks like the edge is kind of torn a little bit on one of them. So I ended up going on Summit and I ended up buying these Trick Flow ones. You guys can see the part number there. So gonna go ahead and change out all these seals real quick. So there's different ways I guess you can pull this out. So easiest way, these are just kind of like pressed in there. Just grab you some pliers and just twist side to side. Kind of change positions a little bit. Keep on doing upward force and twisting, and they should all be out in no time. Now this is just some 1040 engine oil that I've had kicking around for some years. As you can see, it's kind of dirty, but it's new oil. A little bit of the cap there. Set this aside so you don't spill it anywhere. So basically, make sure you guys can see that. Yeah, you guys can see that. So just grab a little with your finger and put it on the inside. Seats, then around the edge we're going to put these on. Hopefully you guys can see. Then I get it started just with my finger. It's pretty hard to get it on there, but it seat all the way down. Now if you guys are hearing some weird background noise, that's my garage door flexing back and forth. It's pretty windy out here today, so again, if I could just get away with just putting a little bit on here, not doing the seal itself. Just press down on it, kind of wiggle it into place. Alright, so everything's all set up. So what I'm gonna do is just gonna spray some brake cleaner. Make sure everything is off. I can use brake cleaner, or you can use compressed air, either or. Wipe it down. Basically all I want to do here is I just want to make sure that there's no like little residue or rocks, not rocks, like metal shavings or something like that that might be here. But I'm also going to hit it with some compressed air real quick. Compressor was a little bit loud. Alright, it is what it is. So next, you know, like I mentioned, I had all my valves numbered and labeled. So one with one. This is one. Should be one. So same thing. Just gonna, these are pretty clean. I already had wiped them down previously. So what I'm gonna do with this is put a little bit of oil on the tip of the valve stem, just so it's not going on dry through the seal. And there it goes. Moves pretty freely. Happy with that. Same thing with the other number one. A little bit of oil. Won't hurt it. That's basically, I just don't want to gouge the tip of the seal as these guys go in, so you know, a little bit of oil won't hurt it. Alright, so next, just add a little bit of oil to these guys. These are the valve spring seats. These are already cut clean, so just a little bit of oil behind them. Set that guy down there. Well, I mean, you could just cone them back in front. I mean, it doesn't really matter because obviously oil will be flowing through here and it will be getting full of oil, so this is just like a light coat just to make sure, you know, the valve springs can slip and slide as they go in, kind of like sit themselves where they need to be. And just a little bit of oil, as I mentioned. This is just regular motor oil. I mean, you could use assembly lube if you needed to. And there is one missing by, no. That's the first one that I took off that I couldn't get off. So it's right here. So you don't want, if you guys are running aluminum heads, you guys don't want obviously the steel springs riding on the aluminum because they will chew it up. So you have these steel seats that sit there, and the spring sits on that itself. Give me a second, then go get the springs from the shelf. Alright, so springs of choice. Howard's cams. So I am running a Howard's cam. So gave them over a call and asked them for the recommendation of what springs to run in these aluminum heads based off the cam that I had purchased. And I recommended these guys. So let's see side-by-side comparison. So these are what came in there. These are the other ones. Shorter. They're pretty stiff. Ooh, these are a lot stiffer. Alright, so again, just a quick little wipe. Wipe. Cool. And then, so I'm gonna put one on there. I just want to see what it looks like. That's cool. Put a little bit of oil on the inside of this guy and on the top, just so that I know it's sitting correctly. Yeah, that should be good. So, got one on there, but man, talk about some rookie mistakes. So, first, my batteries are dead. And now, for some reason, I haven't been deleting the other videos that I've been making. These guys don't fall out of there. I haven't been deleting the videos that I've been making, so what am I doing? These guys don't fall in there. So memory card was full, so I'm not sure how much of that got recorded, but I was trying to compress the springs using the other spring compressor I have, the one that you twist on, that you see me use. This guy here, and these little fingers here are not long enough to compress the inner or hold the inner spring. So luckily I had this one, And the heads are not fully torqued down or anything like that. They're just sitting in there. There is some head bolts in there. Not, like I said, they're not fully torqued or anything. Just sitting. And you can use this guy to kind of like manipulate it and put it in there if it wants to go in there. Put these keepers in there. And I know you guys probably can't see what I'm doing here, but basically the spring gets compressed. Spring gets compressed deep down enough. Keepers go into their place, release the tension on them. Take the stud back off and continue on to the next one. Alright, so got both heads done. All the springs, all the keepers, all that stuff is on there. Everything's all good to go. Next, what I'm going to do is, I got to take that head off, still bolted on. I want to bring up all these pistons, and you can see there's some like buildup. This one just kind of like cleaned it up a little bit to see how good it is. But I know the car was running rich for sure. I mean, this is just all like surface. I can scratch it off on my nail. So I'm gonna bring all of them up to the surface about here, and then just give them a quick wire brush, and it should all look like that. I mean, like I said, this motor doesn't have a lot of miles after it's been rebuilt, so should be a good little strong motor.